keep on working hard, keep on being united as we are today. The Efik man is a proud man. The Efik man is a very, very hard-working man. The Efik man is a very, very intelligent man. My only appeal is that the Efik man should try and be more proactive. Your association should go beyond fundraising. You should now set up big, serious organizations where you can put together so that one day becomes America, becomes a hall like this, and they say to do that, because that's what I'm preaching. You know, what the Efik like is confidence. You have it in you, but you have to bring it out and work hard. You understand? We, the Efik women, your wives, your mothers, we remain very, very proud of you. And we would want all of you as much as possible to remain very, very united. And please don't let our population continue to dwindle. As all of us are here in this hall, you are interacting happily with each other. And my joy is that I want the young lady that came out here to speak on behalf of our generation with pride. But at that level, all of you must know that you must be together from now on. And I was going to say on a lighter note, but it's not on a lighter note. I want the Efiks, because if you continue coming out, I feel guilty. I keep telling people that look at the reception you give me this evening. But it's a shame that I'm in Tagiwa and not in Tandem. So let the other children answer Efik names. And let them have more Efik children so that we can beef up our population, you understand, and become numerically stronger. And it is important in the politics of this country. Because everything about politics today is a game of numbers. If you are not numerically strong, you will not stand any chance. So we need to produce more Efik children because our population is dwindling. We must raise it up. And for our women here, I will also commend all of you and let you know how proud I am of all of you. You are hardworking women, because I've seen in the few days that I've been around, I've interacted with certain levels of women and indeed Efik men who are well placed, holding important positions, holding key positions in this country. And people do not understand this, and I'm glad that our women are working hard. Because there is a need for us to work hard and correct the erroneous impression that people have of Efik women. The Efik woman is beautiful. The Efik woman cooks erikaiko. No, we have to move beyond that. You understand? We have to, yes, there's no harm in being beautiful. There's no harm in your ability to cook erikaiko. But we have to correct that erroneous impression that is where the Efik woman stops. And we are trying in Nigeria to show them that the Efik woman can rise above that level. So I thank all of you. I'm not going to stand here. I'm a politician. If you leave microphone with me, I can talk to you tomorrow. I'm not going to stand here and talk all night. But I pray to God to continue to give you the love to remain together like this. I pray to God to continue to give you the strength to withstand this harsh economy and build yourself up financially, so that tomorrow you'll be able to succeed beyond where you are today. And I pray for success, so that in a couple of years' time, we can work together, we can raise money, and one day let there be an edifice in America. It doesn't matter what state, that this edifice belongs to the Efik community. I thank all of you. Congratulations, Mr. President. You've done very well. May God bless you. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it all. Ede Dongutum. Moment then I produce some Ndito. And anybody that marries outside the Efik kingdom now, Holy Ghost. Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for my guest of honor. Another round of applause for her. I'm so elated. I've always been an advocate of what she just said here today. It is time we move to bigger things. It is time we move to bigger things. Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for my king, my guest of honor. I do not know if the wines are ready, because we're supposed to be toasting to the special guest of honor. If we could do that speedily, I would appreciate it. Could the wines go around the table, please? And while I do that, please, I do not know again who is in charge of the brandy tongue that are supposed to be coming up. I had them earlier on the program. I know they are getting ready. Please, could someone just signal me once they are ready so that I can bring them in to whet our appetite. Could the wine go around the tables? I know there are some wines on some tables. Could someone serve my high table, please? Could someone serve my high table, please? You have your glasses with you, and you have the wines with you. Please, can you fill your glasses, ladies and gentlemen? Can we fill your glasses as I call on the National Vice President, Dr. Ann Edith Wagner, to propose the toast for the special guest of honor. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming my Vice President. A round of applause for her, please. Ladies and gentlemen, fill your glasses. We will be proposing a toast to the special guest of honor. And the guest of honor said something this evening, that the Efik women are beautiful women. Believe me, and I looked at her, and ladies and gentlemen, you must agree with me that Ma is beautiful. A round of applause for her, please. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for my Vice President.
I'm just waiting for people to fill their glasses so you can toast. Please make sure somebody comes to your table to open your bottle of champagne. Thank you. Something to drink?
Oh, no, nothing else.
Okay, something to toast with? Good evening, everybody. Once again, we come together to celebrate our cultural heritage and to raise funds for projects that would benefit the most vulnerable amongst us. We have a lot of projects, and most of our projects target minorities and the less fortunate in our midst. Throughout the past year, ENA has worked very closely with the Obong's Court in Calabar. The Obong invited our national president, Mr. Paul Duke, to witness the signing of the Efik Constitution, the first of its kind. This was the brainchild of the Obong himself. This is a very important document that puts an end to fragmented oral tradition, which we have had to depend on for many years. And those of you who are also very conscious of what happens in our community would know that most of the oral traditions that we depend on tends to be very contentious. This important document, as I said, marks the end of serious problems within our community where we argue so very often about so many important issues. So we are very impressed with the Obong's role in making sure that happens for us. In addition to that, I want to acknowledge the fact that the Obong has worked very closely with this particular executive, particularly our president, Mr. Paul Duke. The Obong is very conscious of what we are trying to do here. He is also very interested in supporting our medical mission plan to Calabar, and so he is promising to support us in so many ways. And for that, we are very grateful. Our present Obong is a very proactive person, very decisive as well. And we are enjoying so much interaction with his royal court. And this has made a very big difference. Most of you that are members of the Efik National Organization would also notice the fact that we now have an Office of Diaspora. We have a representative here that would interact very closely with the Obong's court. He does acknowledge what we do. He acknowledges our interest in our people and in the fact that we would like to give back to our people to the best of our ability. So, in view of the Obong's inability to be here tonight, he has appointed Princess Itagiwa, who is in our midst tonight. Princess Itagiwa, as you rightly heard, holds her own very strongly. She is a dominant figure in our political sphere in Nigeria. She's a senator, she's a very successful businesswoman. So I would ask all of you to stand up, join me, and raise your glasses to toast our guest of honor. Chief Princess Senator Florence Tagiwa. To our princess. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may be seated.
Ladies and gentlemen, clink your glasses. A round of applause for my Vice President. A toast to a very intelligent woman. A toast to posterity. A toast to progressive. Ladies and gentlemen, the federal government of the United States of America, the state of Texas, the local government councils to recognize the Efik people in America. A round of applause for yourselves. It would have been so hurtful if we were not recognized, but we are. And ladies and gentlemen, to read the proclamation for us today is nobody else. He works with the city, his government himself. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mr. Tony Henshaw. A round of applause for him, please.
Good evening and thank you, Madam Chairwoman, Mr. President, honorable and distinguished guests of honor. On behalf of the, well, I'm sorry, I have several proclamations here and I have some help. The first one is from the United States Congress. Certificate of Congressional Recognition presented to the Efik, I make sure I say Efik, Efik National Association on the occasion of the 14th National Convention. Whereas the Efik National Association, ENA, has set aside July 26 through July 30, 2011 to have its 14th National Convention at the Arab American Cultural and Community Center, 10555 Stankley Road, Houston, Texas, 77089. This wonderful organization is a world-class consortium of Efik Association, I said the word Efik again, Efik Association. For every time I said Efik, I owe everybody a dollar, okay? So get ready to reach. otherwise known as chapters, local across the United States, providing opportunities for the Efik people and other minorities through the implementation of various charitable programs. This year's theme properly sets the tone for the event, access to wellness resource, a great first step towards community empowerment. Therefore, be it resolved that on behalf of the constituents of the 18th Congressional District of Texas, I join the Efik National Association in celebrating their 14th National Convention. This organization practices humanitarian on a grand scale, making them a great addition to pragmatic efforts of stewardship taking place around the world. Indeed, this occasion and ENA are completely deserving of respect, admiration, and commendation of the United States Congress. Signed, Sheila Jackson Lee, Member of Congress.
From the State of Texas, Office of the Governor. As Governor of Texas, it is my pleasure to welcome everyone to the Efik National Association Annual Convention. Texas has a rich tradition of being home to a diverse group of people, and we extend a warm welcome to all of you who have come from other states and even Calabar, to the great state of Texas. I commend you your focus on empowering communities through wellness, and I hope that your communities will reap the benefits of your work. We wish you the very best as you discover opportunities to organize as a group and become even more involved in educational, economic, social, and humanitarian products throughout Texas and the world. To those of you from out of town, I invite you to explore Houston. This large, diverse metropolis is filled with a variety of attractions, including world-class shopping, fine dining, and professional sports. Houston has something to offer everyone. First Lady Anita Perry and I send best wishes for a successful convention. Sincerely, Rick Perry. And then we have a certificate of congressional recognition presented to Edidem Ekpo Okon Abasi Otu.
Ladies and gentlemen, the state of Texas has also sent in this resolution that whereas the Efik National Association is holding its 14th annual National Convention in Houston from July 26th to July 30th, 2011. And whereas a non-profit, non-political organization based in the United States, the ENA, was established to preserve and promote the culture of the Efik people, a group that settled in the southeastern part of Nigeria in the 14th century. Ladies and gentlemen, again, 14th century. Only my high table realizes the import of that. And the state of Texas resolved that the 14th annual convention of the Efik National Association be commemorated, and that all those taking part in this notable gathering be extended sincere best wishes for the enjoyable and memorable event. Signed, Sylvester Turner, State Representative, District 139.
This is truly a privilege that the Mayor of the City of Houston have asked me to read this. And on behalf of the City of Houston, on behalf of the citizens of this city, today's proclamation from the Mayor of the City of Houston reads, whereas the Efik, I just lost some money. Whereas the Efik people, an ethnic group settling along the cross rivers and the banks of the Calabar rivers in Nigeria. The history of the origin and settlement date back to the 14th century. The Efik of all Calabar were literate and enterprising, partly because of the privilege to have had early contact with European traders who first arrived in Calabar in 1472. Whereas the Efik people residing in the United States of America have resolved to come together under the umbrella of the Efik National Association, ENA, a non-profit association that serves a unique purpose of unifying the indigenous people of Calabar from all walks of life, intent on promoting their cultural heritage, encouraging and stimulating community partnership that will open doors of opportunity for minorities through the implementation of various charitable programs. And whereas ENA projects are funded through personal donations and membership dues, the ENA routinely conducts fundraising events to support its charitable missions and raise public awareness about its activities. Therefore, I, Anis D. Parker, Mayor of the City of Houston, hereby proclaim July 30th, 2011 as an April Today in Houston, Texas. Mr. President, on behalf of Anis Parker, thank you and happy Efik Day. Happy Efik Day.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it all. Day has been declared the Efik National Day in the United States of America. A round of applause for yourselves. I will do something speedily. I want to take out all the speed out of the way, because the rest of the evening we are going to have fun. So let all the speeches be made now, and immediately after we do the donations, it's going to be fun all the way to the wee hours of the morning. Ladies and gentlemen, the very reason we are here, a keynote speech by Professor Ikanem Ikpe-Bray. As she comes forward, ladies and gentlemen, please give her another resounding round of applause. Another resounding round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Republic of Nigeria, a member of the Federal Cabinet Appointment, Mama Bakassi, and the leader of Seagull Band. I'm sure she's going to bring you all to the carnival. Members of the High Table, members of the association, just trying to.
can't see here. You just follow this code, like.
Just of honor, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to start by first commending upfront the Efik National Association for being proactive. I want to tell the guest of honor that I've observed that they are quite proactive already. And I wish to commend you for what you are doing. Many organizations just stop at having meetings. They don't reach out to their communities. They have these meetings regularly, argue in the meetings, discuss, fix the date of the next meeting, and the next meeting they are there. But the Efik National Association has taken its activities beyond having meetings to trying to reach out to their communities back at home. The essential things in life have to do with relationships. Relationship with your God and with your fellow men. And whatever height you have reached, if whatever money you have, whatever knowledge you have gained, cannot go beyond you, reaching out to the others in the community, the less privileged, then you might just have passed through life. Yeah. I wish you all the best, and I pledge that I will support the medical mission when it comes to Calabar. May God continue to place your feet on higher ground. Now, when I was asked to give this talk, it was really difficult to accept. First, I was being given a new assignment, and it had to move me away from Calabar and place me on a very, very busy schedule, but I thank God that I am able to be here. And I'm able to be here because it was difficult going through this visa thing, even with an official passport. And as a vice chancellor, I thought it would be easy, but I was asked to come for interview. But when I got there, the man asked me, what are you going to the United States of America for? And I told him. He said, what organization? What did you say? And I told him. So he had his computer there, and he just did something on it, and I think he got into your website and found it there, and it was easy. So I'd like to congratulate you on that. Now, it's a difficult thing to do when you are having dinner, because there are many depressing statistics, but I'll try to flip through and spare you the burden of having to go through depressing statistics. Let's first define what health is. What is health? From the human rights point of view, health is a human right. And that was agreed on at the UN Convention on Social, Economic, and Cultural Rights. Now, WHO, World Health Organization, sees it differently and says health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely absence of infirmity. So it's a holistic thing. It's not, you may not be visibly ill, or you may not be clinically ill, but maybe your mind may not be at rest, and that is not health. The one I like best is the definition, the social definition, the next slide. The social definition of health. Health is a result of interrelationships between variables such as nutrition, housing, education, water, sanitation, income environment, labor, transportation, leisure, freedom, and access to health services. So health is not just something that is medical alone. There are many determinants of health, and all these determinants, you can see them listed out there. So when we talk about health, we are not talking about health as the hospital health. We are talking about health as in that I have a good house to live in, I have food to eat, I have good education, my sanitation is okay, I have work to do, I have transportation, leisure, because all these are determinants of health. If any of these go wrong, then it means health will be compromised. And you are healthy because you are in a good environment, you have work, you can pay for health services, and so poverty is linked to health. You are poorer when you are unhealthy, and you are unhealthy, more unhealthy when you are poor. You are all familiar with primary health care. It was set up to achieve reduction in disease, morbidity, and mortality through methods and technology that are scientifically sound, socially accepted, universally acceptable, and participatory. But that is story, because, next slide, more than a quarter of a century after Alma Ata Declaration on primary health care, the poor in most developing countries still lack what primary health care set out to achieve, which is accessible and affordable health care. What has happened? Next slide. Your present situation which exists in developing countries and in Nigeria and in Cross River State where you are going for the medical mission is that there are poor health services. Health personnel are concentrated in tertiary and secondary health facilities. Allocation of resources are more in favor of curative than promotive and preventive health care. We wait for the children to be almost dying, then we do some programs to prevent them from dying.